Welcome back, guys. It is the debut episode, the season premiere of season 3 of the Random Album Review. Welcome back. We are
back.
We are back. We are excited. We have lots and lots of new music to listen to. New music. Ooh.
Certainly new music today.
Certainly new music today, especially. Speaking of new things, Brian,
Yeah.
you have a haircut.
Yeah. I went through my early 20s crisis and decided to get a perm. I already owned a Lexus. I just need an ABG and a Boba Tea date.
Honestly? Yeah, alright. Respectable.
Early 20s crisis, man. Come on.
Thank you to Joe's mom for doing Brian's hair. Shout
Shout
out.
out. Joe's mom.
Shout out. So, obviously, outside of Brian's visual difference, we have a new look here because this season we're doing something a little bit different. We have heard some criticisms. We've heard some advice from friends. I've, checked out some other people who do something similar to us. And I think it was time, and Brian agreed, it's time to make a slight change here. We're going to start listening to the albums before, and we're going to listen to them here on screen, live. And we can't listen to the whole thing, unfortunately, on YouTube. They're a little strict when it comes to sharing media and, posting the entire album on their website. That would be a bit of an issue. So I will, do my best to cut it up a little bit, but we will listen to the album. I'll cut the clips up. We will recap at the end, talk about what we liked in the album, what we didn't like. We're going to give them a score. We'll pick our favorite songs again, of course, and we will do it again next week. So, Brian, with this week's episode, the first episode of Season 3, I've selected, and like you kind of hinted at before, like I hinted at before, this is From Zero by Linkin Park, just coming out within the last couple weeks. This is their first album in a few years. Unfortunately, one of the two lead singers, Chester Bennington, took his own life, and they haven't made music since. They've released some tracks that they've called like hidden, like vaulted tracks, but nothing new's ever come out until some rumors started to swirl that Linkin Park was coming back. A lot of criticisms were had. There were people talking from many sides on who it should be, who it shouldn't be, who could really capture the voice of Chester Bennington, and they have selected. It is.
You don't remember her name?
I don't. I'm sorry. I am a little. We've been sitting here for the better part of an hour. Yeah, an hour now.
Literally
actually,
an hour.
Trying to get to record, because we are having some technical difficulties with the new layout and everything. So. Their new lead singer is Emily Armstrong. This choice is seen well among some fans and not well amongst some others for many reasons. I'm not getting into it.
You're always going to get clashed, though, let's be honest here.
You're always going to get... Yeah, that's the thing. Especially when you have a band that has a discography... I don't want to say, Linkin Park had a super deep discography by any means, but... they were a well-established band with a well-established voice and sound. And when you change that sound, people are gonna feel some ways about it. Some people accepting, some people's not so accepting, unfortunately. They dropped this album, or they actually debuted a new single. I believe it's the second song on the album. The Emptiness Machine. They dropped it completely out of the blue. And announced an album like shortly after, and that's this album. So I think without further ado, here is From Zero.
20 seconds of
Intro.
nothingness, to be honest here.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. It's getting me prepared. I think I'm ready. I know what song's next, and it's a good song.
Well, I can see it here too. It's
So here we go.
Your blades are sharpened with precision, flashing your favorite point of view. I know you're waiting in the distance,
Such a slow build,
just like you always do.
but I love it.
Just like you always do. How this ends, I let you cut me open just to watch me bleed. Gave up who I am for who you wanted me to be. Don't know
The piano tracking here is beautiful.
what I won't receive. Falling for the promise of the emptiness machine. The emptiness machine.
said it. He said the thing.
He did.
He said the thing. What's his name? Mike Sonoda.
Mike Shinoda.
Yeah, this is Chester.
It is just, I don't know. It's like the perfect hype track. It's a good lead single as well.
It is quite a good lead single. I don't know, her voice sounds. I mean, obviously, that's the point, right? They're gonna make songs that, or they chose a singer that could, bring a good vibe to their type of music.
She has a certain roughness to her voice that works very well with Linkin Park's discography, and
Yeah.
like you said, she's not gonna sound like Chester. Nobody on the planet will sound like Chester besides Chester. But I think she does his voice service in his songs because they've been touring and, playing some of the older music. Banger. I love that song.
Solid track.
Love that song
It was,
so much. It's a short album.
An hour long.
Yeah, it's very short.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It is like just
We
barely long enough to be an album.
We spent more time trying to figure out how to get OBS to stop crashing compared to us listening to this album.
Yeah, there is quite literally it is like what you said. It's 31 minutes.
Yeah, it's 31 minutes. It's 32 minutes basically. 2 seconds.
So
I had 2 seconds.
it
Why
is
not?
basically 2 minutes long enough to be an album.
I thought that was in a different language.
They changed it up.
Yeah, she just pulled off some like Japanese out of nowhere.
I think I want more guitar in this part. I don't know.
Make it a bit louder, I guess. Yeah.
Like, especially if it's gonna fade into this segment where it's very quiet and it's almost mystical. I feel like there should have been more
Yeah.
guitar, more noise before.
Yeah.
I do like the hook, though. I can't
feel
help
like-
but bob my head.
I don't know.
It's not my favorite song. I'll tell you that.
I feel like this song could be This song could be a lot more like noisy. Like it sounds like a very
Especially-
subtle beat. It sounds a very subtle beat, especially with that just went off.
Especially when you compare it to the Emptiness Machine, which I think is very noisy.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh, no,
another
there's-
one we know. Nerd.
Alright. Listen here, dude.
Hey, I like the song too.
Hold on. Oh, I hung it up. No.
You trolled yourself.
5 stars, baby. We have 5 stars now. Congratulations to T1 for winning their 5th World Championship.
Shout out.
I can't vibe as much to the song. I've heard it too many times.
Again, that roughness in her voice. I don't know. I love
So
it.
just add. So, the funny thing about this song though is that like the Koreans were so upset at the music video. So you watch the music video, it's just like barely any play. Like some players, most of the players, like all T1, some of the better players from other teams, and it's mainly Linkin Park. And people were like, Faker won his 4th Worlds title, and all you have to show is Linkin Park. But like,
I mean,
let's think about it, right? It's like,
it is their video,
yeah, but like,
but it's also like in partnership with.
yeah,
So
it's like Riot Games chose Linkin Park.
it is a little
So.
goofy. That scream.
Also, the casting at this Worlds, like relating back to the song, is so great. It's like Faker's in a fight, and Faker's like in a 1v4 situation, and his team backs him up, and they're like, "Heavy is the crown," but Faker's teammates are there to help him, and it's like,
It's perfect.
wild. Yeah. Or like when I think the other mid laner for Gen G, his name is Chovy, and it's like he was like choking really hard, and people were like, "Heavy is the burden of the crown." So I'm like,
There's nothing underneath. It's all a waste of time. All we are is talking over each other. Over each other. Reaching for satellites, but all alone. Under your breath, you're saying that
"Oh, they have socks." They have socks.
What do you mean?
I'm just going through the album page, and you scroll down. They have merch. They have a CD, and they have socks. Tote bags, shirts, stickers, and all that kind of stuff.
Gotta get the songs.
No.
I've expected like a big drop somewhere in here, and it just hasn't happened yet.
No, I don't really expect a big drop. Like listening to the song, like because I have a lyrics page open right now, and I'm just like,
I'm so tired of talking
oh wait, might show up for you.
over each other.
No, but the vibe of the song, this is like good.
I don't hate it. I just, again, I feel like I don't know, more noise, more guitar.
All right, dude.
The guitar in this song is better than the previous song, or not Heavy as a Crown, the one before it, the second song.
That second song should be Cut the Bridge.
Yes. Not bad, not bad. Casualty.
Oh, here he comes.
Oh. Ooh, okay.
It's not what I expected the beat to be, or like this riff at least.
I like this. I like this a lot.
Gives me
This makes
Screamo vibes, I guess.
a little bit, yeah. This makes me want to run through a brick wall.
Good way, bad way.
Yes.
Okay, I would never run through a brick wall. I've tried it before. It hurts. So,
You've tried to run through a brick wall?
Well, I meant to do like a wall kick, and I kind of just ran into the wall without jumping onto the wall.
The wall won.
What?
The wall
The
won.
wall did win. I'm currently 0-1 against a wall.
I don't know if anybody will agree, and you probably won't know what I'm talking about here, but I don't know if anybody will agree. The bass in this song reminds me a lot of Rage Against the Machine. I don't know why.
No, I don't know.
We'll listen
Not
to
a
Rage
big,
Against eventually. I'll introduce you to some Rage.
Yeah. I just started off a sci-fi game. There's no menu music.
I was gonna say, this does sound like menu music. Elevator music, maybe?
No.
No.
No, not elevator. That's too far. It's definitely like a sci-fi. Like I walked, like or open up the game. This is the menu music.
We're all just up for a riot.
Whoa.
Fighting fire.
Whoa, this is
No
so
way.
different from the last song.
Wow.
Push the button.
The reverb's nice. Hear me out. This song gives me the vibe of like jumping into a really big pool, like a really deep pool, and just like being on your back and like floating down.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
I get that feeling.
Like, there's like a certain peace to it. I don't know. that's twisted of me. I know, but she can do the screaming and the very, very soft singing too. It's very impressive. She can cover a very wide board. Okay, that was very different from the previous track. Hold on, I'm
Yeah.
gonna stop it for a second here. I don't know, coming from the song previously, it was very, very guitar heavy, very loud, and then that song was just, I don't know, almost like complete old polar opposite.
Yeah.
I mean, like I don't know, kind of, and I guess to partially explain what I meant, like, this is partially why it sounds so twisted, is people have said, like, as awful as drowning is, and like the act of drowning, there comes a point like in the drowning process where your body is supposed to like find peace, and it's just kind of like the floating there as you're fading away. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Do I sound crazy?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
I'm not gonna hide it. Yeah, you do.
That's all right. That's okay.
Madman.
On to Two-Faced.
This sounds familiar. Something to start to empty this machine and heavy at the crown mixed.
This also sounds like a little bit of like crawling. The intro almost sounded like crawling, one of their older songs.
Yeah.
I like this though. This is nice.
teeth. What you forget, you were gonna repeat. You don't get to make amends like your hands still clean.
Because you're stained. You try to hide the mark, but it won't fade. You lie and lie like I was nothing. Pretend you're spotless, but I don't wash away, and now you're stained.
Really like the hook on this one.
And now you're stained.
Forgiven, knowing you're hiding when no one else sees. Closed lips smile cause there's blood on your teeth. What you forget, you were gonna repeat. You don't get to make amends like your head's still clean.
Because you're stained.
I don't know what that's called, but like the ending part where she says the ending of the words, that
Like,
whatever that style is, it adds
The
a lot.
echoing?
No, she like stretches the syllable out for a bit.
Oh, okay, I see what you're
Yeah, like
saying.
that.
Yeah.
Adds a lot to the chorus hook, whatever you want to call it.
Chorus, hook, it's the same idea.
You know, the part of the song where you just get hooked onto it. You know.
Exactly. Alright, on to the second to last track. IGYEIH.
Ige.
I'll have to look up what
I
this
give you
means.
everything I have.
Thank you. You were already looking.
I'm looking at the lyrics, dude. Yeah.
Guitar on this one is so good too.
I like it though. It's a good song.
It is a very good song. I like the chorus. It's got a good sound to it. The guitar is heavy. Not the heaviest guitar I've ever heard, but it's got it there.
It's got the guitar. It's got a guitar, maybe. You know.
It has one guitar. Only.
Dude. Larry, take a shot every time she says, "From now on, I don't need you." It's 15 shots.
Blackout.
Oh.
I like how this is drawing out to the end. It's very nice. The instruments are cutting.
Oh, wait. That was
good.
crazy. So, the more she said it, the more she started to mix the words together. And at the end, it said, "From now on, got amnesia."
That's cool. I like that. That's a good touch. And
I'm like,
The
come on,
finale
she's at
track.
15 times.
good things to go. I think it's a good touch after saying it 15 times too. Like eventually you're gonna start to mess it up.
The song being slow after the previous song being kind of.
Very up in your face, yeah.
Yeah.
Another very contrasting between the speed and the slow. I don't hate it. I don't know. I think I got to listen to it more, the album more, but
What a banger ending, honestly. That was pretty
that
good.
was a good. Like I said, I had a feeling that was a good closing track
Oh my
for
God.
the album.
The next song was gonna be Numb. That's crazy.
It had to be. All right, we are back. We just listened to From Zero from Linkin Park for the first time, Brian. Immediately
Yep.
after, 10 seconds ago. I need your first thoughts.
I liked it. Pretty good.
Obviously,
And
your first full length Linkin Park album and probably introduction into new metal. I mean, I don't know if they would still consider themselves new metal anymore because of the change in music and the change in members and everything. I don't know. it had the elements of old Linkin Park though, so I would say so. New metal kind of, I don't know. It's described as being, it's not necessarily heavier. It's got like more
I mean,
electronic effects to it, I would say.
I
It's got
looked up I looked up the album and it says genres: alternative rock, new
alt
metal,
rock, new metal.
pop rock,
Yeah,
alternative metal, rap rock, and hear me out, electronic rock.
there you go. It all makes sense. I I mean, I've listened to a fair amount of Linkin Park. I'm not the biggest Linkin Park fan in the world by any means. But I think this album, it's a solid album front to back. I think the one thing, and I said this a few times while we were listening, the one thing I think that threw me off was maybe it did it too frequently, maybe it didn't need to do it as frequently, but it, for being a short album, just 30 minutes, it was almost like back to back song going from fast to slow to fast to slow to fast to slow. Mix it up in there somewhere. I don't know, like I don't know. I don't I don't know if maybe my critique here is wrong. Maybe I'm talking nonsense.
Well, I mean, let's be honest here. Opinions are opinions. That's why everyone has one.
It's true. You are right. That's why we do this, right?
That's why we do this. So I
That
can
way-
shit on your music and you can shit on my music.
True. And that way Johnny from somewhere in the world can tell me that I'm old-headed and wrong.
Old headed at the ripe old age of 17, dude. Come on.
17?
Yeah, you can't say a bad word. You're not an adult yet.
Dog, I'm
You,
22.
bro, you literally said that in the when you were listening to it.
Don't listen to me.
Never did.
Okay. So, Brian,
All right.
just listened. What are your favorite songs? Or do you have any that stood out from the listening?
Honestly, the last 3 songs I like a lot. So that's "Stained," "I Give You Everything I Have," or I forget what.
Yeah,
Hence it
I
was.
gave you everything I have.
Yeah, well, I mean, the lyrics it says "give," so I don't know, man.
Well, I think I near I heard gave at some point too. Maybe she might hear me out. She might in the beginning of the song I give you everything I have, and then at the end it might be I gave you everything I have to show like the transition of the relationship. Just a thought. Just a thought. And then that would also
Thing Go.
include Good Things Go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with you. I really like I gave you everything I have. I give you everything again, whatever it is. Really, really like that song. You pointed it out to me at some point. That hits home. Good song. Good Things Go. Another really good song on this album. Obviously, I said it really early on in the listening. The Emptiness Machine is, I mean, that's a good, really good single for them to put out for this album to build hype and to build some excitement. And a shout out here. I'm not a League guy myself, but Heavy as the Crown, man, that's a good hype song too. That's a really good hype song. It
Yeah.
fit, in my opinion, and it doesn't matter a lot because I haven't really experienced all of correct me if I'm wrong. The World's Anthem, correct?
Yeah, it's the world's anthem.
Okay.
They call it an anthem.
I haven't experienced all of the world's anthems, but I think that one kind of fits the mold of what an anthem should be, and for the hype of like a tournament, you know,
Yeah.
a hype
I get
package.
you. Oh, that's it.
So, Brian,
Yeah.
we are at the fated moment of the episode, and
True.
on this occasion, the first occasion, we haven't been able to sit here for like 3 or 4 days thinking about what we want to rate an album. Listening
Yeah.
to it 3 or 4 times and, you know, really honing in. So, and this also a little different here. I'm anticipating something we haven't seen before, but I think we'll find out. Because this is a new album, and this isn't exactly, one of my or your favorite albums, we'll see what the score is. So, Brian, what are you giving From Zero out of 10?
I gave it an 8.1.
8.1.
Yeah.
Anything to go off of, I guess?
Um, I just thought it was good. I liked it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, at the very
it's
end of the day,
nothing really sways me. I just like I
yeah.
like this song. I like these songs. You know.
At the end of the day, like you said, everybody has their opinion, and you like the album. That's awesome. I I don't know, I didn't anticipate you to like it that much, I guess. Especially because, are you ready for this?
What you found? What? Oh, you have the spreadsheet open?
I don't have the spreadsheet open.
Oh, okay.
But I'm going to give From Zero, personally, I'm going to give it a 7.
Okay. Okay.
I don't, like I said, I don't hate it. I really don't. I think it's a very good album, and I appreciate, we've mentioned this before on the show, we appreciate a shorter album, something that doesn't drag on for like an hour and 15 minutes, for example. I really appreciated the length of the album. I really like the guitar on some of the songs, but I think some of the songs lacked some guitar or some noise in general. They was just, I don't know. From what I know of Linkin Park and what I remember of Linkin Park, I expect more, I guess. I don't know. But it's a new iteration of the band. New member, new vocalist. New ideas are allowed to be had. They're allowed to change it up. They are. I don't think in the future I would say it's a 7. I think if I continue to listen to it and listen to it alongside of some of my other Linkin Park discography over here, I'm ushering to the records that I have off screen. I think if I compare it to the other Linkin Park albums, like over time, I think it'll grow on me a lot more. Maybe I'm just a hater.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Generational hater.
Kind of
What can I
generational
say?
hate.
So, Brian, anything
Yeah.
else you would like to cover this week on the first episode?
No.
No?
No one may have got anything else. I mean,
Well, if you guys liked this episode, and if you guys like the format, what we're doing, if you guys have any critiques, I mean, it's a pretty simple layout right now. There's not a whole lot going on there. Eventually, we're going to put our social handles up there, and we're going to do some things to make it look a little bit better, but we're just doing this. We're doing this for the fun of it. Doing it for the love of the game.
it's an evolving template. It'll change probably every few episodes.
Probably very well could every episode, honestly.
True.
You'd never know what could happen if OBS decides to crash again.
True.
So, leave us any comments, any criticism, anything you want us to hear. If you've listened to Linkin Park before, or maybe if you've already listened
Before.
or if you've listened to From Zero already, let us know what you think. Give it a listen if you haven't already. I mean, it's a serviceable Linkin Park album. Let us know. And we will see you guys next week for Brian's episode number 2. See you guys.
Yes, sir. Hey guys. See ya.